we go. Here we go. It's been a while. A good minute. It's been a while. I missed you guys dearly, and hopefully you guys missed me. But it's time to face the music. It's time to face the truth and come clean. And it's time to get back where we all started and get back to what I love doing the most. So speaking with you guys, and it's time for a clean slate, a fresh start, and let's get right into it. So recently, most of you guys probably have seen on my social media platforms, on this platform as well, that it was time to start clean, rebrand, and just try something new. And so, as you all know by now, that the Black Unlimited talk show is no more, the Black Unlimited is no more, and now officially, we are now Speak Up Now, the podcast, or you can say you can Speak Up Now, but one or the other. But we are now you can Speak Up Now, the podcast, and I figured there's no better time to want to rebrand, but to have something that means a lot to everyone, not just minorities, but for everyone, and not to bash or slay what I was doing with the Black Unlimited talk show or Black Unlimited, but I kind of personally myself felt like I was kind of I want to say pushing aside other races, or pushing aside or cutting people out of the room. But I kind of felt like I wanted to have something that draws everyone in, a safe space for everybody. And I kind of caught the sense that the Black Unlimited talk show or Black Unlimited was doing that. And what I wanted to, wanted my podcast or talk show to appease and have a safe space for everyone. And so I thought it was right to end or rebrand or try something new, which is now the Speak Up Now, the podcast, where a podcast where it's a safe space for everyone, of course bringing important conversation, important discussions, and important topics to the forefront, but a podcast where everyone's opinion is heard, you know, from all sides, all perspectives, from the good perspective, from the bad perspective, and up in between. So, I mean, you can't ask for nothing more. Okay, at the end of the day, one thing I can say in life, that no matter if you're white, black, blue, yellow, man or woman, everyone wants to be heard. And if they have a bad perspective, a good perspective, or an important perspective, or a rich perspective, everybody wants to be heard. So, what better way to have something where, you know, all perspectives are being heard? Speak up now, right? Everybody has the issue in today's climate, or even back then and other previous generations' climate, where some people are afraid to speak up when they know they want to. Some people are afraid to speak up knowing that there are consequences behind speaking up. And this podcast / talk show is an avenue or a channel where it helps people overcome those challenges and adversities and mindset to help them reach to, like, okay, I'm confident enough to speak up on things that really affect me. You know, a man or a woman, black or white, Asian Americans, Hispanics, you know, Indian Americans, the whole nine. So this is a safe space where everyone feels connected, not divided in some sense. I feel like the Black Unlimited was kind of doing that, even though that wasn't my intention. And if you guys felt that way, or people on the outside looking in, it wasn't my intention. It was a talk show about minorities, and this talk show has a special focus on minorities as well, but it's a safe space for everyone. So this podcast is still gonna be having some important topics about minorities, women, black people, Asian Americans, topics of the whole nine. but be a special focus on that, plus topics that are about everyone in this world. I'm a person that stands for something and stands for having hard but healthy conversation, and that's what this podcast is going to be about, and what my old podcast is about. But this podcast is something that it relates to everyone, you know. It relates to everyone. Speaking up now, it relates to everybody, and I kind of got the sense that the Black Unlimited Talk Show was cutting out people. We kind of have that sense of like, oh, this talk show is only about Black people, blah blah blah. This talk show about so and so, and my intention. My intention was to have important conversation that everybody feels included, that they could hear issues that affect everybody, and this is what this podcast is going to be about. Speaking up on issues that affect all of us, not just some of us, but all of us. And that's the reason why, or part of the reason why, the Black Women Talk Show is no more. And I'm happy with the rebrand. I'm happy with the release. So I'm glad for the fresh start. And it's been something I've been thinking about for a while. And I finally, it was time to do it, and I did it. And so Speak Up Now, the podcast is now live. The first episode's here. Me explaining to you guys why I decided to rebrand and stop the Black Women Talk Show, and tell you guys that new exciting content is coming soon. Exciting videos and the whole nine is in the works. So yeah, so hopefully you guys follow this podcast as you guys do with the previous podcast or the Black Women Talk Show. And we gonna, again, if you guys stick with me, I promise you, we gonna grow this thing and keep on reaching more people, more audiences across the whole nine. So that was the reason why the Black Women Talk Show is no more, and why Speak Up Now, the podcast, is now live. So hopefully you guys will check out my new branded Instagram, new branded Facebook, and new branded platform here, YouTube. So I need you guys to ride with me. Need you guys to stick with me. I need you guys to support all you can, even in the smallest ways, by leaving a like on this video, to watch my other previous episodes, or watching my shorts, or watching my videos on Instagram. Wherever you guys do, be much appreciated. And I can't wait for more episodes to come soon. I can't wait for you guys to see what I have in store, or the topics that I have in store to talk about. Because I did take a little break. I much need a break, a mental break, to not only get this new podcast up and running, rebrand it up and running, but to get my mind back to where it needs to be. And it's not only gonna help the podcast, help myself, but it's to help me have topics that you guys like, and help me have fresh perspective and new ways of talking about issues that help everyone speak up on issues that affect them in their personal lives, no matter if it's personal, career, business, you know, the whole nine. So yeah, I'm back. The podcast is back. I'm better, and I need you guys to stay tuned. And now I got my mind's on it, so I don't forget. Expect new episodes every Wednesday, every Saturday, or something happens in between, but most likely new episodes will be coming on Wednesdays or Saturdays, or both. So make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys stay tuned for new releases or new episodes releasing on one of those days. And mostly on Saturdays, probably in the morning time around 11, whatsoever, 11:30, 11:45. Something neutral for everybody on Saturdays, and Wednesdays in the evening time. So make sure you guys look out for those new releases, and stay tuned for more exciting topic from now, the Speak Up Now podcast, with your host, me, Darius Silver, aka Mr. GQ, bringing a healthy conversation to the masses. When I say the masses, I mean everybody. So now everybody can feel included. Make sure this podcast goes as far as it can be. So let's get this thing going. Let's get this thing back up and running. and then let's finish this unfinished business, because we all got some unfinished business, including myself. So let's get this thing going. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, like, and follow me on this journey. Hopefully we can accomplish some things together, which I know we all can do. So, but as I always end up all my episodes or podcasts that I do, if you're a returning viewer, you know how we do it. Stay mellow, keep the mellow mind, stay focused, and as my man Cam Newton says, one finger, one pinky, one thumb, one love. Boom.